YouTube is having it is Saturday, July 5th. And now we're going to talk about the WNBA. There are 2 games on the slate for today. There are 3 games for tomorrow, and I'm just going to combine everything in one video. So just the way it just makes sense for everybody. So we're going to break all 5 games down, see if we can find some plays, some value out there. And then Monday and Tuesday, I'll do a video combining these for Monday, and then Wednesday I'll have its own video. Thursday might be included, the Thursday, Friday. So you see how you get the idea. So since I'm only doing a couple games a day, I'm trying to make it easy for you as a viewer. So we're going to do all 5 of these in the same video. So we're going to look at spreadsheets, props, all the usual stuff. Let's do a recap of Thursday because I did put a video out Thursday. I had these 5 plays. Stewie didn't have a great shooting game, but the rebounds, my God, 14 rebounds. Yeah, hit the PRA beautifully for us. Kelsey hit 4 threes, I believe. That was great. Skylar had a terrible shooting day. Went 4 for 11, I think it was, so did not hit the PRA for us. Whitcomb had 1 for 7 from 3. Didn't have a good day either. And Citron did not hit the PR. So 2 and 3 on the day. You're not going to have great green days every day, but hey, we were close. We had the volume days, but the shots weren't falling. What can you do? So this could have easily been a 4 in one day. So Citron wasn't even close. So it's, these 4, yeah. So if you want the plays typed out for every single sport I do, or access to the spreadsheet so you can do your research on your own, or have the plays typed out in a nice list, you know how it is. You got to go check out the HQ, and you can find the HQ right there. Simple as that. So enough of that. We have 2 games today, 3 tomorrow. Let's go ahead and jump into that first game right now. And before we jump into the first game, kind of like we do weather and baseball, we're going to run through the injuries real quick just because some of these are key. Like you see Howard's day-to-day. Supposedly he's going to return on the 7th, we'll see, but we want to come down and see just who's out for every team. Like anybody absolutely just massive that's out for more than just a day-to-day. Day-to-day, you have no clue usually, so we're kind of just going to scroll through these. Like Clark is out. It will not play today. Say that's something a lot of people aren't going to know unless they look at this and see that she is not playing. This keeps getting pushed back further and further and further. And then who else? Brink is out until the 10th, till next. All these are next week. So yeah, yeah. So anyways, let's go to the first game. First game is going to be Indiana versus hosting Los Angeles. That's baseball. What are we doing? Yeah, we're bringing it on over. There we go. Freshest lines. There we go. We still got the Fever at 240 on a money line, 5.5 on our total. That's because at 162.5. But because if I show you the spreadsheet, we see the things. And yeah, Los Angeles just isn't a good team. They're 5 and 13. 10 and 8 for Indiana. You can see how they are, even without Clark. Like inside shootings, 2 and 3. 2 and 3 offense, defensive ratings, everything's there. Los Angeles can't do anything around the 3, stop or guard, because yeah, we're probably going to take Mitchell again. I believe it was that Mitchell I took last time? It probably is. That's what we're going to take again, because if you're allowing that many threes, yeah, it was Mitchell. Just had to make sure. So if you're allowing that many threes, especially here, that ain't good. That ain't good at all. You score a lot in the paint, but so does Indiana. And they're really good defending. So I can see why Indiana's favored. It makes a lot of sense. 5.5 at home, clearly a good place. LA is losing their last 5 games by an average of 7 points per. Indiana's winning theirs by 9. So, and most of those were without Clark because she's been injured. So let's go look at props, because so far I like Indiana 5.5 all day. We're going to pop over to Outlier, link in the pinned comment, click a sign, get you a whole week for free for every sport. It's not just for one sport. You get baseball, you get soccer, all the soccer, and then you're gonna have football coming back next month. Oh, beautiful times ahead. So in this one, we have a sort of 2 unders. There's not a single under. Nobody's bad in this game, surprisingly for Los Angeles. Let's go to the overs. Who do we got? We got McDonald, points assists. We got Hamby, PR. Oh, I went back. Nope, go forward. Thank you. Don't you break on me. What did it change? Nothing. We got Hammy. We want to open no tab. We got Boston doing crazy things. And we got Mitchell for 3s again. I told you that Mitchell 3 prop's going to be nice. So let's go ahead and look at McDonald. 15-6 on a 14-5. That's not good enough for us. We need more cushion than that. So that's gone. Hamby is, look at that trend upwards. That is a beautiful trend. So points, assists. You're shooting great inside. Amazing. That could be a very nice play right there. But I think I like the 3s. I like the spread of 5.5 even more. Boston's been pretty consistent, 29, 29, 30 in the last 3. You can see everything, 30.6 on a 28, not bad. Kelsey's better. Yeah, 4-4. We followed up the 0. We said, yeah, she has a great matchup. She's going to come back. She's going to keep shooting the 3. Clearly 4 for 6, 4 for 6. She's a great shooter. Like over 5 is one of the days like, whoa, you just had a bad day. Whatever. Yeah, you're shooting great. So you could take Kelsey 3s for sure. I think overall, based on everything we're seeing, I'm just going to keep it real simple. We see everything here. Yeah, this may 1v3 here is a push. 2v8 leans Indiana. 5v12 and 2v12. That's 3 of the 4 possible scoring positions for Indiana's. Give me the Fever -5.5 at home, regardless if Clark's playing or not, because everything else looks great. So we're gonna take Ind -5.5. And if you don't like that, I would take Kelsey for 3s, or you could even take Hamby potentially for LA if you want. But I'm gonna stick with the spread. Next. All right, let's move on to game 2 today, which is going to be obviously the other one, which is Golden State and Minnesota. Intriguing game because you see Golden State's numbers. Currently, we have Golden State plus 9.5 on the road. 154 is our total. Yeah, cool. Numbers-wise, last 5, they have been balling out defensively, only allowing 71 points, 37% shooting, 4th in threes, 1st in rating versus 2. So clearly, over-under is at what, 154? That's a low number for a reason. 166 and a 145. That is right in the middle of that range. Damn. 9v5, that is maybe slightly in Minnesota defense, but still kind of a push. That's clearly a push. Both defenses crush from 3. 4v2. The main difference is Minnesota's offense versus Golden State's defense. 8v1 on the ratings. Number 1 in rebounds. 10th in blocks and steals. But Minnesota turns the ball over a little bit more. 1v11. Sometimes turnovers, that's 4 different possessions. For a plus 9.5 on the road, a lot of people are going to bet Minnesota because they're 15-3 because it is Minnesota. Minnesota is one of the top teams, obviously. But Golden State is not a bad team. Not a bad team. Don't get it twisted. Let's look. Let's go look at some props to see if we can find anything spicy here. Hayes, over points, rebounds. 5 for 5. Not bad. Alana Smith, points, rebounds. We'll look at that. And Caleb Thornton, points, rebounds. Those are the 3 we're looking at. See if anything really jumps out as. Let's see. 5th straight contest. That's fine. You're averaging 19.4 on a 14.5. That is actually damn impressive for points and rebounds from a guard. So yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's just enough. You want your guards to get like 4 or 5 rebounds. You're good to go. As long as they're making their shots, you're cool. So that's actually a great play we could take. Hayes. Minnesota's defense is 2nd overall, which I would assume the average comes down a little bit, but that is a 5 average. That's a what? Yeah, it's 5.1 cushion. That's pretty nice. What else we got? Smith, points, rebounds. See, this is a downtrend. The other one's an uptrend. We like uptrends. See how it's climbing up slowly. Think of the stock market where it slowly goes up. We like that. Here, it's going down. I'm not loving that as much. Even though it looks good, it still hits 19.6 on a 14.5. It's still good. I don't like the down. So I would take Tiffany first. Kayla for Golden State. 22 on a 17. Terrible game against Seattle. But what it's telling me is the props are all looking good. When the props all look good for both sides, that tells me we got a close game in our hands. And all the numbers tell me it's a close game. I get this is at Minnesota, but why is Golden State 10-point dog? If I look at the injuries, yeah, come back with me to injuries. All we have is Carlo over here for Golden State. And Minnesota has more than that, right? They got Samuelson. So nobody's really injured. Yeah, everything's close. And the fact they can't make 3s and they turn the ball over is a little concerning. They're slower. They don't get I'm not worried about blocks and steals. Ball control I care about. So I think I'm going to take Golden State plus 9.5. I think that's the way I'm going to go for this one. That's what if I had to pick, I want to take this. Because you can take any of the props I showed you. Let's go to, forgive me. I didn't show you the unders. How dare I not show you unders? Let me show you. We have Collier under 3s. I will never take an under 1.5 3. It's anybody can make 2 3s, NBA or WNBA. I don't care. Now McBride under 3s, 2.5 is a different story. We can potentially look at that. And she's already popped off once. You have to be 5 for 5, and I need you to take like no 3s, like no volume. If you're popping 3 off 9 of them 3 games ago, hell no, not a chance. So we're going to take Golden State plus 9.5. Now let's go ahead and move on over to the games for tomorrow. Okay, now we're moving on to tomorrow. These are all on Sunday, so and one of these I will not have props for because it involves Minnesota, who is playing today, so that'd be game 3. We'll get to that in a minute. First one, though, is going to be Seattle and New York. So we can currently see we have lines. I believe we have props for this, too. Let me go ahead and check. Yes, I do have props. Very nice. So we can see is 220 for New York, 5.5 for New York, 166.5 is our total. We come over to the numbers. We can see that offensively, it all leans New York, but defensively, all leans Seattle. Look at that. 2 of the 3 bottom teams in 2-point defense. That means that's a high scoring game potentially. What's the total? 166? Yeah, we're sitting at 166 right there and 171. So we have our 166 to 171. Our total's at the bottom right here. So, and based on this, but then I see Seattle's ratings only 10th and the points to the paint 4 or 5. Man. They're very fast. There's so many options in this one. 4v7 on threes, 9v8 to push, 7v11, 8 per 13. They should be able to score pretty easily inside. The defenses are weak. 3 and 8, v11, 3. Yeah. I can see it over 166 happening in this one. This could easily be like a 85-90 game for both teams. I could see that happening. So let's go look at props. Let's go load them up. For this one on the unders, we got Sabrina a few times. We want the better number, obviously, for taking it under. And then we got Ezzy, and then we got Gabby under threes is hit 4 out of 5. Gabby's struggling to hit them threes. So not taking it under 1.5. We just talked about that. So, and let's go and load the overs too, just in case. Ooh, there's a lot of overs. Skylar, again, had a terrible shooting game last time. Stewie did hit for us because Stewie crushed to those rebounds for us. So let's just start with the unders first, which will be these two. Sabrina under 19-2 has hit recently, very close, 23 and a 19. In a game that potentially could go over, I don't think so. Ezzy, points, rebounds, terrible last 2 games, but you can see he has recently 12 average on a 14.5. I'm very hesitant to take an under in a game where, I'm hesitant. I'm very hesitant. Skylar, PRA, yeah, terrible shooting game. Went like 4 for 11 shooting, didn't do nothing. Before that, did great. 26 though, I can't trust somebody who just had a bad game, especially when I can trust Stewie, who balled out last game. 14 boards for us. Not the best shooting game, didn't matter. Didn't matter. She crushed. So going against Seattle's defense, who is 8th overall in rating, 7th from threes, 11th from twos. Stewie might be a good play too. And then Erica Wheeler threes, 2-point average on a 1.5. That's nice. That's very nice on threes. Going up against New York, who is 8th in 3-point defense. That could be a play because there's your numbers. 8th right there. Yep, that could be something. I think I want to go over. Everything's telling me I can either take the over here based on the numbers, because you see the line. The line's currently sitting at 166. Or I can come over here if I want a prop. I'm going to take Stewie. I will trust Stewie before I trust anyone else because she's going to get the volume. She's going to be involved. She runs the team. She's the star. She's going to have all of the influence. She's going to get all the attempts she wants because when you have all the attempts, you're going to get all the minutes. Your field goals look 19. You're taking this many shots. Yeah, I like that, especially inside against a team like Seattle, who's 11th in guarding the 2. Sure, that's beautiful stuff. It's the point where now, the more I think about it, the more I want it. But it's 32 on a 33. See, that's going against my rules. So we are going to take the over. We're going to stick with the over. Over 166.5 is where we're going to go. We're going to take that. Sue, she'll do her thing, I'm pretty sure, but give me the over in this one. Let's move on to the next one. All right, moving on to the other game that we can actually do. My God, look at all the red. Ooh, Vegas and Connecticut. Wow, it is a 16-point spread for Vegas, and yeah, that's a lot of red. Hold up, 158. Come on, look at this. Get ready. Bam. Look at all this. The 2 worst offenses in the league. There's only 13 teams. The worst 2-point shooting team. The worst defense. Man, 1-9, lost 9 in a row now. 2-15. Just absolutely disgusting numbers. Vegas should, but then do we really want to trust Vegas with a 16-point spread on the road with these numbers? Do you see this? They're actually worse than Connecticut in some of these areas. I almost said UConn. I'm going to call them UConn. Don't worry. It's going to happen. Yeah, Connecticut is not good, but Vegas is not good either. They're both kind of bad. For 8 and 9, you are playing like absolute straight hefty garbage bag right now. Hefty. And Connecticut is just a different breed. I don't know what you want to call this. This is terrible. They're losing their games by 22 points on average. They're winning theirs. Well, it's a push. So I cannot trust Vegas this one. No, not a 16 point spread. I can't trust this. Not a chance. But we'll look at props. We'll look at props all day. Let's see what we got. We load them up. We got Ace and Sun. And overs, well, surprising, not really. There's no overs to look at. Maybe if you want to go last 10, you can look at Jackie to get points assist, but not in this damn game. You lost your damn mind. I bet there's a bunch of unders. There's some. It's Asia again. Now, if you saw Asia's last game, at one point, the team had like 35 points. Asia had 25 of them because the rest of the team was absolute cheeks. That's just what they were. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't make a shot because, yeah, she did all the work. And then from there, look, what was it? 81 to 54 against Indiana. They shut that down. That is 54 points. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Yeah. How many was your shooting? Why are you not taking 40 shots a game? You just need to shoot. Stop letting your teammates shoot. Just you shoot, and you'll be all right, I think. But you're probably getting doubled and tripled, and it's like it's ridiculous. So, who else is in the Jewel Lloyd under? I'm not touching. No. Let's be smart here. Let's be smart. This game is ass. That's what it is. These two teams statistically are not good. Vegas is pretty good defensively. You can see the numbers, but outside of that, nothing else is good. I'm passing on it. Next. Oh my God. That last game was pass heavy on the ass part of that too. That's what that game is. Oh, moving on to the last one though, Chicago and Minnesota. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick. Chicago, Minnesota. You see it is 14.5 for Minnesota at home. Now it's a back-to-back situation, so you gotta be ready for that too. So you gotta see how they handle it. 159.5 is our total. Let's go over here to spreadsheet. Chicago has been playing pretty well offensively. Look, they're making their threes, but they're going against Minnesota, who's number one in threes. So that cancels. This cancels. 3 versus 7, 6 for 5. The 2 and 3 defense, offense both cancel out. They just cancel. 2v3, 12v7. I see Minnesota as a 14.5 point favorite. Again, why? Chicago's not terrible. In the areas they're bad in, Minnesota is not great in right now, currently, based on they've been playing. So, and Minnesota's on a back-to-back. Yes, they're at home, so back-to-back at home is not a big deal, but it is back-to-back. So, that could mean something. So let's go look at props, because so far I'm kind of leaning Chicago 14.5. They're keeping their games close recently. They're only losing by 3 or 4. They're winning theirs by 8. We got 14.5. Hey, I'm liking the plus in that one too. Do I double fade Minnesota? Double fade? Do I even have props? I kind of have. I don't have any Minnesota props. I have Angel Reese props. Angel Reese and Aaron Atkins. That's all I have, and either one's over under. So I guess we can do unders if we want to. You really want to take Angel Reese unders? 31.5 PRA when she's been doing this? Just look at the numbers. 24, 16, 7. I mean, my God. Angel Reese is balling out recently. No. If she balls out like that, Chicago might win the damn game. So, especially with Minnesota being on a back-to-back, I'm going to rock with Chicago plus 16, 14.5. Yeah. And you might want to even wait to bet it. Wait till tomorrow, because people are going to see this and look at the names, look at the records, because that's how people do it lately. The casuals is going to look straight at the record and be like, oh, Minnesota's better. Money. Yeah, no. You might be able to get 15, 16 by the time the game starts. Right now, it's 14.5. So, we'll see. But I'll take Chicago. I'm back in Chicago and Golden State against Minnesota, just because they match up nicely with the stats. I could go 0-2 on it. We'll see. Who knows? That's the point of this. That's what we do. We follow the numbers. So there we go. That's it. That's done. 5 plays. Easy peasy. Now the next video will be on Monday. I'll cover the Monday games and the Tuesday games. So I appreciate being here. Drop a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you're playing. Check out the HQ if you want the plays typed out in a nice list, or if you want access to the spreadsheets, check out Outlier. Go get you a free week. It's a free week. Go do it. Go do it. Smart. Outside of that, I'll see you on Monday for some more WNBA.